If you're in motor controls, you need to sign this roll right here. Mr. Sanders, I don't have access to his faculty suite. I don't think anybody taking cable slots. Anybody taking cable slots in here yet? Yeah, they'll probably be a little late because they're having to come from another building. Mr. Sanders ran off the syllabus and not the syllabus brief. So what I'm going to do is pass this out and get you one of each of the syllabus and the brief. Normally we don't run off the syllabus because it takes so much paper. So what we do is we post the official syllabus on Blackboard, and then we give out a brief so you can have something to carry to the bookstore and stuff like that when you get your supplies. So you notice on the syllabus it says C syllabus brief, C syllabus brief. College has about 4,000 students. You can look at this syllabus. It's about 7 pages long. And to be full time, you got to take at least 12 credit hours. Some students are taking more of that. So 12 credit hours would be at least 4 classes. So that would be 4,000 times 7, right? So that would be how many pages the college would require to run the syllabus every term, and then you take mini terms, right? You understand? So that's a lot of paper. And our copy budget is very, very limited. I'm gonna have to talk to Mr. Sanders about this. We actually went over last year. We made too many copies. Luckily, they don't fire us when we go over budget. Thank you. But I'm up to let him know that we're not supposed to copy the syllabus because of our budget. But the brief, if you look at the brief, you'll notice it's got the contact information on there. Mr. Sanders is the instructor, and like I said, he'll be in on Thursday. And I'm the alternate contact. My name is Rich Raymond. This is one of my primary courses. Mr. Sanders is just now starting to pick up on it. I think this is his 3rd semester to teach the class. So if you got any problems with the course or anything like that, if you can't get in touch with Mr. Sanders, you can definitely give me a buzz, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I think it's also got my email address in there, but it's probably easier to get in contact with me through email than it is through my phone because I'm not in my office that often. Except on Fridays. Most of my office hours is on Fridays. Also on there is a list of the books that's required for the motor controls class. I didn't have my newest book over here. But it looks the same, the one that they've got in the bookstore. So everybody's got their name on the roll, right? Let me see. I got a camera here, so I can show you all the book, and I'll pass it around. But this is not the right version. It's gonna work, guys. It might not. It's probably. But this is the book. It's orange like this. I don't remember. This is the.
You buy that book here?
Yes. It's used in the motors class. If you take the AC/DC machinery class, it's used in that. If you don't take that class, the AC/DC machinery class is a option in the ILT, and I don't know about the AUT. I don't think so. It looks like this, and I don't know what edition. It's the same, and the book looks about the same. It's the same color and everything. The biggest problem we have is we have 2 lab books. We teach 2 classes. We teach AC, DC machinery, and we teach motor control. And the labs book looks almost identical. So the biggest problem we have in this class is that they've got any of the machinery classes downstairs. Somebody always buys one of them. But your book will have industrial controls on it. Okay, so don't buy the one that says industrial motors. Buy the one that says industrial controls, if they're both down there. Okay, Jay?
Yeah.
Come up here and get the brief. James, come get your brief. The cable slicer doesn't have a book. Everything's going to be online through Blackboard. The books were so expensive. So you got a little thin book, 2 books for around $300. I don't know the cost of these books, but like I said, the lab book, you'll only be able to use that for this class. But if you take the AC/DC machinery class, then you can use the textbook in there, but you'll have to buy another lab book. It should be obvious. All right. Everybody okay? It also shows y'all how to log into Blackboard. Everybody's used Blackboard, right? Since both these courses are primarily my classes, the Blackboard sites are basically the same. So your official course, so you got both websites have a link on here called First Week in Course Information. So this is where your first week quizzes. Y'all did this. I know some of y'all had some of my classes, so but this is where the actual official course syllabus is supposed to be at. This is not this semester. This is from the last time I taught the course, but the site should be exactly the same. So if I went to the syllabus here, it would be the last time the class was taught. But what's very important up here is your first week quizzes and agreements. This is where, so what we do is we require you to take a syllabus quiz. So once you read the syllabus, you take a syllabus quiz. Once you do the safety and evacuation, you take a safety and evacuation quiz. And then we have 2 other agreements that you do. One of them is a syllabus agreement that says, I agree with the contents of the syllabus. So these are like those end-user license agreements, or what we call EULAs, that every once in a while when you install an application, it'll pop up and say, do you agree? And what happens when you say no? They don't install the application, right? So what we decided to do, it's a lot easier for us to do this, to give credit or give some way that we can verify that you understand the syllabus. Not only do you take a quiz, but you also have to do a syllabus agreement. And basically it just says, by clicking on, and it's kind of like a EULA, it says, by clicking and submitting, agree from the options I understand, acknowledge that the syllabus I have read is a binding contract between myself and the college. So, if you disagree, of course, y'all can't attend the class, right? You disagree with the course syllabus. But, or you have to make a schedule to get this with the instructor if you say no. There is no longer integrity reporting, but there should be a reporting on Blackboard. It's supposed to be. Used to, we had a software, an application that we used called Integrity, where we could record all our lectures, which was really neat. Because what I liked about it is it would upload the lectures in the background. This was costing the college about $18,000. The license for that application was costing the college $18,000. And there wasn't that many instructors using it. For some reason, some of the instructors think that if they record their lectures, and the lectures will be the property of the college, they can fire them and put the class online. So that's true too. I've been doing it for quite some time. Well, what we do now is we record them and put them on YouTube. So, and set up a channel up there. But I don't know if Mr. Sanders is recording lectures or not. But, the lectures for last time I recorded the class is still up on, it's going to be on Blackboard. And what that means is Mr. Sanders will follow the course outline. And what that means is if you're absent on a class, then you need to go up there and look at those lectures, right? You understand? So there's really no excuse for not being up to date on what's going on in your class. In cable splicing, I definitely record the lectures for that class. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now. So when I get this up, Mr. Sanders gives me access to the Blackboard site. I usually do. Then I will put this up on Blackboard where we look at the syllabus in both classes. Or you can go up to YouTube and look for Rich Raymond and see all my lectures. Some of them wouldn't interest y'all. But that's the syllabus agreement. So what do y'all, the syllabus agreement is due by the second class. So what that means is that, Thursday, by the time you come to class on Thursday, you're supposed to do the syllabus agreement, and then the syllabus quiz, and the other ones is due by Friday midnight. Everybody understand that? And those are done online. And I don't know what else he has. A course calendar, I don't know if Mr. Sanders uses a course calendar or not. I use it extensively in my classes. I'll see if he does that. So this is motor control. I don't see it. That's okay. So the cable splicing course looks basically the same. So this is what we're saying. We can do this on both of them. First week's agreement, except the course calendar. Like I said, I don't know if Mr. Sanders has set up a course calendar, but we'll look at what affects both of the classes. So first class syllabus agreement. So now this is where I'm giving my first test. Like I said, I don't know about Mr. Sanders. There's 3 tests in there. We give 3 tests, not including the final exam, and this is for both classes. And you have to understand there's only 15 classes, 15 classes in this course. What we're doing is we meet the classes twice as long. Instead of meeting them in 16 weeks, we meet them in 8 weeks. And one of the main reasons we do that is these classes are lab intensive classes. And if we did them in 16 weeks, it takes about 15 minutes to get ready to do a lab, and it takes about 15 minutes to get out of the lab, right? You understand? And if you take that 30 minutes and you multiply that by 16, that would be about 2 days worth of labs. So one of the main reasons we do our terms we do ours in many terms is you get more consecutive lab hours. So if you take that and multiply it by 8 weeks, right, you understand, then I said 30 minutes, that's 30 minutes a class, and it meets twice a week. So that's an hour. And if you multiply that by 16, that's 16 hours that we would lose just for lab. If you multiply that by 8, right, you understand, and you meet twice a week, then that's going to be 8 hours. So what we do is we get more consecutive lab hours. The problem is every class counts as 2 classes. So that means the material we cover in one class in a 16-week term, we cover in 2 classes. In one class in an 8-week term. So that means if you miss a day, it's like missing a whole week of classes, which is not good, right? You understand? In 8 weeks, we have no makeup to do makeups. So what we do is we understand things happen, and we understand you might miss one test. But if you miss 2 tests, you're really in trouble. So what we do is we drop your lowest test score. So if you're absent on a day, you get a 0 on that test when a test is given, but it won't count toward your grade. If you're absent on 2 test grades, then you better be really, really good. I've had students do that in past course. Yes, sir. Motor controls? Okay, somebody passing the syllabus and the signing sheet. So the brief is in here. One of them is. Yes. If not, here's some more briefs. Yeah, this is more briefs. So when you give tests, I don't know how Mr. Sanders is going to do it. We have to give tests on 15 weeks, 3 tests. That means about every 4 classes, right? 4 to 5 classes, you'll have a test. Some of the things that's going on, let's see. It won't affect this class, but there's a holiday on the 10th of November. That won't affect this class. And then y'all get the whole week off for fall break for Thanksgiving. The college staff will be here. We'll be around on the 20th and 22nd, but y'all will be out of class. So if you had anything you need to run by or do anything, you can come in on those days. But the college will be closed on these days right here for Thanksgiving. But if you have nothing to do and don't need to get in contact with anybody, you'll get the whole week off. Okay? And that's about it, except the semester ends on the You in motor control? Huh? The syllabus, y'all keep bringing them. Y'all just leave them out there. Just when people come in, give them. Yeah, brief should be. Here's some more. We got plenty of briefs. That's the original. So the semester, your final exam will be right in here. You can test 3 since every class counts as 2. But you'll get test 3 before the final, and then the final exam will either be on the 13th or the 14th. The semester actually ends on the 15th. And then your Christmas and New Year break goes all the way until I think the 5th. Or all of that. So y'all get 3 weeks or almost 3 weeks. Or, well, if you do registration, you do get 3 weeks between the end of the fall semester and the start of the spring semester. So like I said, I don't know if Mr. Sanders does a course calendar or not, but I'll check on that. That's pretty much well the Blackboard side. And then, of course, the syllabus is pretty important. There's some things on there we'll just glance at. And we can look at either syllabus. They look almost identical. So since most people's in here in motor control, we'll look at that syllabus. By the way, the brief is part of the syllabus. And like I said, what we do is normally we put our full syllabus on Blackboard, and then we give a brief out so you'll know things that change every semester. Does that make sense? And then also you have something you can carry to the bookstore when you get your book. But make sure you get the industrial controls lab book and not the what? Industrial motors, because they look identical. By the way, you're going to require safety glasses in this class. We're dealing with 208 volts AC in this class, so this will probably be the highest. So unless you take the commercial wiring class and the residential wiring classes, this will be the highest voltage that you'll deal with at the college. So the personal protective equipment, or what we effectively call PPE, the minimum requirement is safety glasses and other palm gloves. And of course, you do that 208 as well. Anybody know what's considered to be the lethal voltage? No, I'm glad it's not 24 volts. No, it is above 50 volts is considered to be. Anything above 50 volts has the potential of killing. Very unlikely until you get up, but but it's got the potential for killing. So as soon as you get up above 50 volts, you're supposed to start wearing personal protective equipment. Ours is a very low flash guard rate here. So this is the minimum requirement, except for other things. This is an industrial class, and the minimum is you cannot wear clothes that will burn. No cotton clothes, right? You understand that? You have to wear long pants. Everybody understand that? You can't wear shorts. You have to wear closed-toed shoes in this class. No flip-flops. Everybody understand that? No shorts. Everybody okay? That's also true for cable class. So no shorts. Make sure you get your safety glasses. We have some safety glasses here. We'll let you borrow one like the first class, but after that, it's going to cost you points on your lab if you don't have safety glasses. There's no, I don't know, EET 100 we don't require safety glasses, which they should. And EET 10 DC we don't require safety glasses, but all the other classes that we have around here require safety glasses. Everybody okay? Everybody's got access to a computer, right? YouTube is Blackboard is very, very important in this class. Checking your email is very, very important in these classes. This is the layout on lab on the way the class is set up as far as you're going to be graded the whole class. So just completing your first week quizzes at assignment is 2%. Tests, there's 3 tests, but we dropped your lowest test score. So tests hold about 16.5%, including your assignment and your homework. So there's assignments almost due every Friday. Labs are very, very important. These are 35% of your grade. Just having your required supplies for the class is 5%, and the final exam is 20%. So guys, everything holds a different way. So when you look at Blackboard, all these are set up on individual columns in your grade book. But you just can't add them together and divide them by 6. I had a student do that to me one time. He called up and said he made a C in the class, and according to his calculations, he should have made a B. But what was he doing? He was just adding all the averages up and dividing it by 6. So he was given this the same way as this, right? You understand that? So you can't do that, guys. But Blackboard keeps up with a running total of your grade average. It does a really good job. This explains the test about first week quizzes and assignments, worksheets. There's several worksheets in the class, by the way. There's chapter quizzes. I don't think we have topic quizzes in the cable splicing course. But what we do in the motor controls book is that the lab book is laid out in chapters. So you'll have a chapter on control relays, and then you'll have 3 or 4 labs inside that chapter. At the end of every chapter is a chapter quiz for the lab. He'll give you when those are due. They're due when you finish those sets of labs that go with that chapter. Another problem we have is the final exam. Everybody understands no one's exempt from the final exam. They don't care what type of grade average you got. And the final exam counts 2 letter grades toward your grade. So This shows you, by the way, in these technical classes, any class at Lawson State, you have to make at least a C to pass the course. So what that means is if you make D in the class, you're gonna have to repeat it. If you make an F in the class, you're gonna have to repeat it. So because else, anytime you stick 0 in an average, it's hard to get rid of. So what you need to do, by the way, what we ask you to do is that I've had people fail the first test and they drop out. And then what they do when they repeat the course, they pass the first test and they fail the second test because it's not a repeat. On the calendar, I think it's November the 30th is the last day to withdraw from the course and get a W in the class. A W means you withdrew from it. You still have to repeat the course, but it does not count against your grade point average. If you go by November the 30th and you drop the class, you get a grade. You understand that? If you stop coming and you do not drop the class, I cannot drop you from a course, and Mr. Sanders cannot drop you from the course. They call it a right to fail. We can't base. So I can't drop you from the class. So what that means is if you just stop coming, you're going to be graded just like you were sitting here. So it means every lab you don't do, you're going to get a 0 on it. Every test you don't take, you're going to get a 0 on it. And what will your grade be at the end of the term? It'll be an F. Y'all understand that? Mr. Sanders cannot drop you from the class. I can't drop you from the class. It's up to you to drop the class. You can do it through Blackboard. You don't have to do it. You don't even have to come in, which is important. And once you get an F on a transcript, and a lot of people's on a missing, don't understand that your grade average is set on every class that you take here. So what that means is if you make an F in one class, and then you retake it and you make an A, that class average is a C. Because that failed class is still in your grade average. Everybody understand that. For some reason, people think that when they retake a class, then the new grade takes the place of the old grade. Everything's averaged every time you're here in your major. The only thing that changes is if you change your major. But if your major has English 101 in it and your new class has English 101 in it, if the classes are the same, that still counts, right? You understand? So what that means is that you need to withdraw from the class. But I recommend that if you think you're not doing good, that you hang on until the last day to withdraw. And in that way, when you retake the class, everything's going to be a repeat, right? You understand? So you've heard it before. But it's up to you. It's your call. I know things happen, but don't just stop coming and you just stop coming. And I've had that. Oh, I dropped that class. I've heard that. I don't tell it how many times. I dropped that class. I said, you dropped it? Yeah, I stopped coming. I dropped that class. That ain't the way it works. So you need to go on to Lawson State's website if something happens and you need to withdraw from a class. And it's probably going to be under current students, right? So right here, current students, this is you. Probably, I don't know if it might be in Quick Links. So let's look up here too. There's a lot of stuff up here in Quick Links. In Student Suite, but more student links. Yeah, e-withdrawal. So there it is right there. So you can get, so quick links, more student links, click that. You're going to have to do a little thing saying, why did you drop? But that's no big, that's required anyway. So it's real easy to just drop. I think you can withdraw completely from the college. If you're going to get, if something happens, you gotta, or you can just drop one class. Everybody okay? Oops, don't want to do that. like I said, I think Mr. Sanders in this class is not going to record lectures, but what they do is they post the last lectures that I did when I taught the class. That's easy withdrawal, academic integrity. Y'all can do the rest of the syllabus yourself. And then there's some notes down here. By the way, normally we do roll at the start of class. You walk into class, and I've already done roll, so highly unlikely that I'll go back and do it unless you let me know you're here. And I've had that happen. Well, you got me absent, and I was here. Well, you didn't what? You didn't let me know you were here, right? So as long as you don't let me know, it's not my responsibility to get you on roll. It's your responsibility to get you on roll. Also, due to safety concerns, anytime, first of all, I can't give you permission to leave class, but you're an adult and I can't keep you here, right? You understand? All we expect out of you is just to come up here and let the instructor know that you're leaving. But don't say if it's okay if I can leave. I said, all right, if I can leave. You know what I'll say? I'll say no. But if you gotta go, you gotta go. Just tell the instructor that you're gonna leave. You gotta leave early. What happens is if Mr. Sanders thinks you're here, I think you're here, and then we have, something happens and they evacuate the college, then we come outside and I check roll and somebody's not here, then somebody's going to come back in here looking for you, right? You understand that? Or if you leave early and you don't, or you come in late and you don't let me know you're here, then I don't send back anybody in here looking for you, right? So you'll understand. So we can't keep you here, but we can just let us know. You know, if you're in my classes, I'll probably fuss at you a little bit, telling you how much you're going to miss. But, you know, it's really your decision. You're an adult. You got to go. You got to go, right? Kind of like the restroom, right? And that's it. So, like I said, we just went over the syllabus real fast because it's your responsibility to read the course syllabus. You need to take the syllabus quiz and do all your agreements before midnight Friday. And then your syllabus agreement is due before next class. Everybody okay? Everybody got the syllabus? So, like I said, some people think that we don't do stuff on the first day. I let my class go early yesterday, by the way, because it was a unique day. For some reason, when they first put out the schedule and everybody pre-registered, they had the spring semester starting on the 17th, when actually it started on the 16th. And then I think they sent an email out this weekend telling these students to come here tomorrow, and very few people checked their email during the weekend. So when I showed up for my class yesterday,